the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed, laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, Trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series fires things off for race number 2 here in season number 6. Beautiful sunny Florida gonna host the second race in a row just down the road a little bit here at Homestead, Miami Speedway tonight. Last week, we watched newcomer Patrick McClendon put it in victory lane, capturing the checkered flag at Daytona International Super Speedway. McClendon here tonight. Will he go back to back? Early here in season number 6, track temperature a little bit warm out there, 98 degrees. 88 is the air temperature for all the fans that are beginning to fill the stands. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave, bringing you all the calls from Trackside. Qualifying already underway, so let's get down to business. Let's go ahead and throw that timing and scoring chart over to the left-hand side of your screen. Brady Moats, top of the speed charts right now in his Ford Mustang, the 15 machine with the quick time tonight. 33:56 is the fast time, almost a tenth faster now. Logan Breaky Gonna go top of the speed charge, yet another Ford gonna top the speed pylon, and Moat's gonna take it right on back with his second lap of 33:45. Now the fast time, 10 drivers on the scoring charts. We've still got another 11 yet to put in a time lap. 21 cars here tonight for race number 2, the Miami 225, right here from Homestead Miami Speedway. Not a whole lot to talk about with the point standings coming into just race number 2, so everything's still very close. Everybody's still right on top of each other as far as those point standings are concerned, and as the music is now faded away and out, it looks like we're down to just about 1 minute remaining here in qualifying before we get set to head trackside for the national anthem. So who's going to take that top spot? Who's going to walk away with the pole position here tonight? For the time being, the 4 of Daniel Miglin, the newcomer here in season number 6. He's going to go top of the speed charts. Quick time now belongs to Miglin with a 33:35. 15 drivers on the scoring chart now. Still got about 6 left. How about Tom Sinchek? He was quickest in happy hour. Sinchek back on track with us once again. Let's see what that number 23 can do. It's been a while since we've seen Tom on track, but good to see him back trackside with us, trying to lay down some fast times here in qualifying. He's going to slot inside of the top 10, but there goes top of the speed charts. Tom Sinchek going to lay down a burner on lap number 2, and now the 23 takes that top spot away. He will be your pole sitter here tonight. Just about 10 seconds remaining, so I don't think anybody's going to be able to do anything with that time of Sinchek. Fast time here in qualifying belongs to Tom Sinchek, and that's going to do it. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, head trackside for the national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in
And back trackside as the bells begin to ring, drivers ready to roll off of pit road. It's time to run down your starting lineup for the Miami 225, snatching the pole position starting inside row number 1, the 23 of Tom Sinchek. Just to his outside the 4 of Daniel Miglin. Back in row number 2 tonight, the 24 of Dalton Tucker and the 25 of Brian Curry. Isaac Mock and Isaac Shelley back in row number 3. Row number 4 here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway belongs to Brady Moats and Adam Westfield. Kyle Rochelle, Logan Breaky back in row number 5, rounding out your top 10. Thomas Walter, Aaron Kralik, making up row 6, row 7 here tonight in the Miami 225. That's going to be the 12 of Ryan Ferraro and the 10 of Caleb Levenier. Kerry Trebu, Sky McGirt right there in row number 8. Row 9, Larry Levenier with Kay Jones, Max Bonner, Sean Huffstutler, and Patrick McClendon round out the field. Music fades away. We reach the restart box and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Homestead. Everybody up through the gears. You can see those Team Watson racing drivers all tucked up, running with each other, spreading out through turn number 1, coming right at you once again. Drivers making some, whoa, and it looks like we've got one driver with some trouble in the back. Trouble in the back for Kay Jones, the 11 slow on the track. We stay green flag racing. The 4 of Daniel Miglin way up the track. He's going to fall a handful of positions back. Dalton Tucker going to take the race lead by the time we cross the line. So your pole sitter not able to lead the first lap. We'll drop that timing scoring to the left-hand side of your screen for you as we jump on board with your pole sitter here tonight. Now back to the 3rd position. Those 2 Team Watson members out in front of them, a pair of fast Fords showing the way early here from Miami. All spread out through these corners. We're going to see these drivers really utilize different lanes, different lines tonight. With the progressive banking here, you're able to keep it down on the bottom of the racetrack. You're able to race at the top as well. You're actually able to move lines through the center of these corners as well without really hurting the car's overall speed, not really eating up the tires too much, although Homestead is one of those tracks that we liken to tire strategy calls out of these crew chiefs. How long can these drivers keep those right fronts? It's not necessarily the right rears here at Homestead. It's that right front. You get a little bit of pushiness out of the front end as the runs go on. So we'll see who's able to manage the tires early and who has that late run speed. As we're back down the backstretch already, lap number 4 underway. Tom Sinchek moves back in to 2nd position. He's going to grab that spot away from Brian Curry, who's now dealing with yet another one of the Team Watson teammates. Daniel Miglin in the 4, recovering well, and now Miglin up into that 3rd position. Brian Curry back to 4th. Isaac Shelley in the 98, rounding out your top 5. A little further through the field. Let's say we go back here. What do you say, race fans? Let's take a look. Let's have a little eyeball of what's going on back here with Scott McGirt and Thomas Walter battling for 12th and 13th on the racetrack. The 12 of Ferraro going to look down to the inside of the North Star Designs number 57 machine of Thomas Walter. Walter looking to try to get something going here. A little bit slow on the beginning of this run, but it looks like some speed starting to come into that 57 machine. Aaron Kralik down now to the inside of Sky McGirt on the outside. That 29 of Logan Breaky also right here as well, not able to move anywhere since the top of the green flag. Breaky kind of just stopped right there in 10th. So we got battles near the front, we got battles near the back. Your top 2 drivers stepping away. We've had a second half advantage over the 3rd place runner, Daniel Miglin, taking a look back real fast. We've seen, I believe that was Sean Huffstutler in the number 9 way back behind this field. A little bit off pace early here tonight as we ride now on board with Max Fauner. Fauner sitting in the 14th position. There's Thomas Walter going by. He's going to complete the pass. A lot of great racing action early here tonight from Homestead, Miami Speedway. You're watching race number 2 here in season number 6 for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. Close battle between the 7 of Kerry Traylor. Traylor going to go down to the bottom of the racetrack to look to take the position away from Walter. So we got a hornet's nest right here in the back, but we got a hornet's nest up near the front. Let's go up here. We're 2, 3 wide through 3 and 4. 98 of Isaac Shelley down there on the bottom. Oh, we got trouble! Big trouble on the track, and that's going to see the caution flag fly for the first time here tonight. Kyle Rochelle caught up. Daniel Miglin also involved in this one. We've got more drivers piling in a little bit late. Tell you what, let's go back. Let's check the replay. Let's see what happened here. We'll take a look. There's Miglin up at the top of the racetrack, and right in the middle, that 21 gets super loose, and around he goes. Kyle Rochelle involved in the big one. There's the 4. Thinking it's almost missed one, and there goes another one late into runnings, and the KL Customs machine going to get into the back of this accident. Let's take a ride. Let's take a look here from Kyle Rochelle's point of view. Man, that's a rough one. A lot of drivers missing this one. How about Aaron Kralik? He's going to snake his way through. Well, that was pretty close right there, too. So, that's going to put us under caution early here tonight from Homestead, Miami Speedway. We'll get back live with your race leader at the front, Dalton Tucker, showing the way. He's got Tom Senchek in tow with Isaac Shelley, Brian Curry, Adam Westfield, and Isaac Mock. Rounding out your top 6. Handful of drivers involved in this initial incident. Daniel Miglin, Kyle Rochelle, Larry Levenier, all involved in this one, so all 3 of those drivers with some significant damage and some issues after this early trouble. We're going to see a handful of drivers come to pit road as well. Looks to be about 9 of them down there, 3 of which are going to be on pit road for a little bit of an extended stay with some trouble. Kay Jones had to bring that 11 machine to pit road a little bit before then. Unfortunately for Jones, early trouble on lap number 1 is going to send him to pit road. So, you know, some of these drivers that weren't involved in this one, I wonder if this is the moment that we're going to see the tire and fuel strategies really begin to show up in this field. I know it's still early, but 9 laps difference on the fuel. Patrick McClendon, last week's race winner at Daytona, he's going to lead the charge off of pit road with the drivers with more fuel in the machines. Looks like he's only going to top off with fuel. Max Fauner with a 4-tire stop, so he's going to be the first one with fresh tires. He'll restart back in 14th. And, you know, it all comes down, we're already talking about tire strategy. We're already talking about fuel strategy. But let's dig deeper into this tire strategy. Drivers, 5 sets in total. The set they started on, 4 waiting for him in the pits, and it looks like 3 to 4 drivers already utilizing a set of those tires, so they're going to be behind the 8 ball if this thing turns into a little bit of chaotic racing late in the going, a green-white checkered. They may not have an extra set of tires. They're going to need, I still believe, 3 pit stops from here to make it to the end. So, I mean, we get one more caution, and they may have to do what the front runners did. Your top 12 all staying out on the track. They may have to skip one of these cautions later throughout tonight's race. We'll see how the rest of it goes as the iRacing pace car lights go off. We'll get back to green flag racing this time by a little bit of clouds beginning to roll in off of the ocean, getting a little breeze. These drivers should experience a tailwind down into turn number 3, so we're listening to some of the crew chiefs just let them know, hey, we may be a little bit quicker than the past handful of laps. The wind's going pretty good down that backstretch, so you may get a little bit of extra help from Mother Nature down into turn 3. Be ready to catch that thing just in case it gets a little bit loose. Front row for the restart looks a little different from your initial restart. Late apex 23 of Tom Sinchek still right there inside row number 1. Dalton Tucker just to his outside. Tucker choosing that outside lane. He will be your control car as we head back to the Geico restart zone. Wait for it, wait for it. Here we go. Green flag flies once again. Here at Homestead Miami Speedway, Sinchek not getting a good start on the bottom. He's going to have Brian Curry just to his outside. The 25 machine going to get a little bit off of the top of the racetrack, and he's going to have a little bit of a run. Not quite able to clear that 23. They stay side by side for second. Isaac Shelley right there just kind of waiting the wings. Back in that 4th position, he'll look down to the bottom of the racetrack in the 98 Ford Mustang, and we've got 4 fast Fords at the front, with just 2 Chevys followed by a trio of Toyotas on track. Adam Westfield now into 7th. Ryan Ferraro 8th. Thomas Walter picks up 2 spots through the caution exchange. He's going to move into 9th. Logan Breaky still rounding out the top 10. Gonna jump around a little bit, things starting to settle out, and we're gonna just jump a little bit past your race leaders here. Whoa, ho, ho, big moment there. I believe that may be the 12 of Ryan Ferraro. Yeah, big moment for Ryan Ferraro. He's gonna go down almost onto the apron in the front stretch. And check out that ride by Isaac Mock, man. That thing looks nice. I believe that's the VRS sponsored the Ford Mustang. Actually, no, it looks like the W. Team Watson Racing. That's the Team Watson Racing machine once again. Those Watson machines fast tonight. I'm telling you what, a lot of them up inside of the top 5. Isaac Mock in that 16. Rounding out your top 5 as we speak there. And Kralik right there behind him. You can see that Tide machine. We're used to seeing Kralik up here. See if he's around in a handful of laps as we continue green flag racing after the drop of the restart flag. Tom Sinchek looking down to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to grab the spot. A little bit of a slide job going on here. Will we see a crossover? 24 of Tucker look to take the position, but he's going to fall into tracks. Sinchek goes back to the point. Checking out the timing and scoring in a little bit late on the scene last week when he grabbed the checkered flag was the 45 of Patrick McClendon. We'll take a look back here, see if we can't find where our Michael Gordon Racing sponsored Toyota Camry is running. And there you can see him up on the high side of the track, running well. We're going to get all the speed and all the RPM out of that Camry that he can. And McClendon mired back in traffic, up 8 spots, but still outside of your top 10. McClendon gonna sit in 13th. Max Bonner in the 51. Max Motorsports machine gonna go down to the bottom of the racetrack, look to take a position away from McClendon, and he's gonna have that spot as they work their way off of 4 back down the front stretch again. Tight battles just inside of your top 15. Tight battles at the front. Let's go back. We see Isaac Shelley right there, 3rd car in line. Sandwiched between those 2 Team Watson Racing members. I'm telling you what, man, those Watson Racing boys, they ain't playing around right now here at Homestead. We're going to have to see how how things stack up against the other teams. We're trying to get a little insight for you as we continue tonight's race here at Homestead Miami Speedway, race number 2, season number 6 for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. Eyeballing these speed charts right now, and it looks like quick time of the race going to belong to the 24 of Dalton Tucker. A 33.40 laid down here in race trim. We've seen Tom Sinchek take the pump and dump overlord with a 33.31. So all over that qualifying time is Tucker. Sinchek also just about a tenth off of the speed he qualified. So a lot of speed inside of that 23. The Chevy ZL1 Camaro, he's going to leave 3 Fords to battle it out amongst themselves for second. Sinchek starting to check out from the field. Second, third, fourth. You're beginning to get a little bit of a gap as well. Kyle Rochelle falling back about a half a second. He's going to have Aaron Kralik in tow. Isaac Mock up to 7th. Adam Westfield now running in 8th. Kerry Trebu 9th. Max Fonner now moving into the top 10. And Fonner going to grab one more position, make it 2. Fonner now up to 8th. Look at him dig on the bike. And that's what we were talking about this racetrack and it being that progressive banking. You're able to make speed and time on the bottom of the racetrack. You're also able to make speed at the top of the racetrack. It's just where you feel comfortable, where the driver really prefers to run. And right now, it looks like the 51 of Max Fonner, he likes the bottom feed catfishing here tonight in Miami. And he's going to grab a handful of positions. He's going to run down now Isaac Mock as well. Man, I'm telling you what, lightning quick here in the mid-run. For Max Fonner, he's going to put that 51 back down to the bottom of the racetrack. 16 trying to cover that up, but I'm not sure it's going to work too well. There's a lot of speed in that Camry right now. We're going to take a look a little further up through the field. Kyle Rochelle sitting in the 4th position. Rochelle going around early here tonight. He's had to make his way back through this field. Damage on the front end. You can see just on that right front. You can see it right there, right front. A little bit of crinkle, a little bit of carnage early, but able to massage those fenders out and get some speed back in his machine. Kyle Rochelle breaks back into a top 3 spot. Rochelle now to 3rd. 25 laps into tonight's 150-lap event in the Miami 225 here with the iRacing Stock Car Challenge. Want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors joining us here in season number 6. Most of them remaining the same. North Star Designs, big shout out to those guys. KL Customs, how about Pump and Dump Clothing Company, the Simbox Store, also back with us once again as always. Bud Kicker right there with us. So a big time shout out to all of our sponsors and teams out there. Late Apex Racing, one of those big name teams in the series. North Star Designs, also big race team here in this series. Team Watson, of course. The HF1 guys. How about the Max Motorsports drivers? They're all out there laying it down, putting in some fast time. And I tell you what, let's go back here. We've got 2 and 3 wide action. Let's take a look here just outside or around that top 10, I should say. There's Ryan Ferraro in that 12 machine. He's going to keep it at the bottom of the racetrack and take that 10th spot away. Adam Westfield way up at the top side. And Thomas Walter are going to try to put his Toyota Camry into the 11th position. He's going to be able to do so. So we've got a trio of Toyotas all running with each other. Back down into turn number 1 we go. Everybody chasing that 23 of Sinchek. Things getting a little hot and heated here as Logan Bricky looks to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to look for a position on Caleb Leveneer, as well as now Adam Westfield. Westfield's going to fall back to 13th. Sky McGurk going to pick up a position from Daniel Miglin. That's going to be 18th on the track. Battle for or between some lap machines. Sky McGurk listed as the first driver, one lap down in the lucky dog position. He's hoping for a little bit of help from a caution flag. We've got green flag pit stops looming here for those drivers that stayed out on the racetrack under our first caution back on lap number 9. So when will the front of the field have to come to pit road? Fresh tires, looking fast. Kyle Rochelle gonna move to second. He's gonna run down Tom Sinchek. There you can see those two going by, racing right on by the camera. Sinchek with just about a 1 car length advantage. And you can definitely see those 4 fresh Goodyears, meaning a whole heck of a lot here as we work our way off of turn number 2 down the backstretch into the race lead. Kyle Rochelle gonna take the top spot away from the late Apex 23 driver Tom Sinchek. And well, I mean, one late Apex driver to another. We'll transfer that race lead. A little bit of a moment there. You can see some wash up through the center of 3 and 4. You can see that twitch out of that 21, and Rochelle having to chase it up the track. Able to keep the speed in it, though, with this progressive baking. So again, drivers able to save these machines a little bit more than what we may see out of, excuse me, had to mute the mic there. A little bit of a coughing session, but able to save the cars a little bit easier than what we should see at let's say Michigan or maybe even the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This progressive baking really allows these drivers to continue to lean on the car as they're going up the track, gaining a little bit more banking, a little bit more security as they reach towards that high lane. So we'll have to wait to see who's got it and who doesn't. Who's got the spot right now? That's the 21 of Kyle Rochelle. He leads the way. What do you say? We jump on board. Take a look right here with your race leader. Sitting in that top spot are Chevy onboard camera here tonight. The Orlando, Florida native looking to go have another fine run here in the home state. Looking to give all the fans from the hometown something to cheer about. Kyle Rochelle sitting in first. We're going to go back to our Ford onboard camera here, looking at the Pennsylvania native. I'll get it spit out, I promise. Isaac Shelley, your highest running Ford in the field, the number 98, sitting in that 4th position. Great job by him. We've got a handful of Toyota drivers with these onboard camera shots. Let's go back first with the 17 of Adam Westfield, sporting that Venom helmet. If you know the Spider-Man comics, you know the Venom. And, well, that's a little look at what the helmet would look like. We've got some great camera shots all over this track. Some great onboard camera shots throughout tonight's race that we're going to continue to bring you. And let's continue to bring you some of the action out there on the track. We've got 3 drivers battling for position right here. Westfield, Walter, and Leveneer all going at it. 12th, 13th, 14th on the racetrack. Patrick McClendon about 8 seconds behind them. So McClendon with a little bit of a struggle as we reach lap number 36. Dalton Tucker going to get by Brian Curry for the 6th position, and they'll continue to switch and swap that position back and forth. Let's go back here. Let's watch this one again. Dalton Tucker, one of those Team Watson drivers that was up near the front earlier here tonight, is falling off of the pace a good little bit. Now back, sitting in the 7th position, has Kerry Trebu and Ryan Ferraro right behind him. Meanwhile, front of the field, Kyle Rochelle stepping it out, 1.2 second advantage over this field. Rochelle still leading Tom Sinchek, but how about the 51 Max Motorsports Toyota Camry, Max Fonner. He's going to move into the third position. Big shout out right here to Max Fonner, the Boston, Massachusetts native. Well, we're going to assume it's Boston, Mass, because nobody just says they're from Boston without being from Boston, Mass. And this guy, wicked fast here tonight at the track. Max Fonner, bottom of the racetrack, looking for more. Can he grab that second spot away? And that's going to show you what those good years will do. 4 fresh good years for Max Fonner back on lap number 9. And there it is. It may have took 30 laps for it to happen, but Fonner rocketed his way up through the field, and now he takes over that second position. So 2 drivers that came to pit road under our first caution grabbed 4 fresh Goodyear. They made their way through the top 12 that have stayed out, and they now run 1-2 on the track here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. Here tonight, you're watching the Miami 225 here with the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. If you haven't already, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy each and every lap that they lay down, not just here tonight, but each and every Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So as always, you know what to do to join us. But most importantly, show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. We're going to look for some battles here on the racetrack. What do you say we go back here with the Team Watson Racing drivers? They continue to battle, and here comes Dalton Tucker. 24 going to peel off the track and head down pit road. That's going to bring the 16 of Isaac Mock along with him. So green flag pit stops underway here on lap number 41. With 10 laps basically longer, we're looking at lap 50, 51 before we see Kyle Rochelle or Max Fonner come to pit road. They're going to be able to make it on just 2 stops from here. So it's going to be a 3-stop race for most. Well, I guess a 3-stop race for all, because Rochelle and Fonner are already on 1 pit stop in their back pockets. They're going to have to make at least 2 more if they're able to split this thing up properly. Gaps at the front starting to grow, starting to get a little bit bigger as the field spreads out some here under this long green flag run. Lap number 42 about to go in the bag. Kyle Rochelle involved in that early on-track incident that's seen the first caution flag fly, and here is Rochelle leading the race now. Lap number 43, he's leading by almost 2 seconds. Max Fonner coming down, getting 4 fresh tires under that caution. He's going to move himself into second. He's about 15 to 20 car lengths back from your race leader, but he's got himself a good buffer as well. 1.5 seconds back to third place runner. Sitting in that tied 0-1 machine, Aaron Kralik going to round out your podium drivers for the moment. When will Kralik come down to pit road? Isaac Shelley going to pull his 98 Ford Mustang down to pit road for his first service of the night. Adam Westfield going to now move into the top 10. Thomas Walter going to round out your top 10 as we inch closer to a third of the way through tonight's Miami 225. Your race leader at the front continues to show the way, and now looking to put drivers' laps down. Kyle Rochelle crosses the line. Lap number 45 on the board. We're taking an eyeball right here. We're getting a good look at Kyle Rochelle because he lost a ton of ground. He had over a 2-second advantage over Max Fonner, but now that's down to under 1 second Spawn are able to take a large chunk out of the gap as Rochelle went by a lap machine. And we got a caution. Trouble on the track. Looks like Brian Curry may have had some issues. Oh no. What has happened to the 25? There you can see him heading down pit road. We'll have to wait to see. Let's see. Do we got that one queued up, guys? Do we got to look at it? We do. Let's go back. Let's see what happened to bring out our latest caution. And there you can see 25 of Curry coming to a sideways slide, trying to get to pit road. Just maybe locked up the cars just locked up the tires just a little bit, getting onto pit road. We'll take one more look at it here, trying to see what happened and what took place. We'll take a ride with Brian Curry. There he is coming down off of the racetrack, and yep, there's the slide. And race officials, knowing that the round of green flag pit stops is underway, going to go ahead and play this thing a little bit cautiously and go ahead and throw our second caution flag of the night. So no harm, no foul, but it is going to catch a handful of drivers one lap down. Drivers that already came to pit road for their pit stop. They're going to be behind the 8 ball now. Dalton Tucker, Isaac Shelley, Isaac Mock, already down to pit road for their second stop of the night. And pit road open. Race leader Kyle Rochelle brings the field back down to pit road. So as they hit their pit stalls, we're going to hit a pit stop as well. We're going to head to a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
We rejoin the track as the iRacing pace car lights go back out. We're ready to fire things back off once again here here at Homestead for the Miami 225. A little tongue twister. David the Cave having a little bit of problems talking tonight. You go figure, right? You would never figure Dave would have trouble talking, but You know, sometimes I have trouble breathing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Never mind. Bad joke gone bad. Max Fonner going to win the race off of pit road. He's going to take control of the race lead, bring the field back to the Geico restart zone. He'll have Aaron Kralik just to his outside. Tom Sinchek, second row. Ryan Ferraro just to his outside. The 29 of Logan Brakey right there. The Juju machine looking to have a good run here tonight. And it looks like the pace car lights are going to go back on, so we're going to go back around the track one more time before we see the green flag fly. So what do you say we give you a proper little rundown here? Just 51 laps into tonight's 150 lap feature event from Homestead Miami Speedway. Max Fonner going to lead the way up 18 positions. He is your biggest mover of the night so far. The Max Motorsports 51 having a good go early here tonight, a third of the way through tonight's race. How will the second two parts of this race go? We'll have to wait to see. We'll have to wait to find out. On the edge of their seats, the fans in the stands begin to stand up, begin to get those cameras out and get ready for this latest restart. Caution number 2 here tonight for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. And we'll see the green flag fly for the third time here tonight. Max Fonner going to lead Aaron Kralik to the restart zone. And we'll get ready to fire off this time by. Let's get a little closer to the field. What do you say? A little look at as they work their way out of turn 4. iRacing pace car going to duck on off. And we're going to get ready to fire things off once again. In the restart zone, all the gas and green flag flies. But once again, here from Homestead Miami Speedway, good jump on the gas and up through the gears for Fonner. Who's going to block that run? Sinchek with a great restart. He's going to capture that second position. That's going to be great back to third. Ferraro holding out in fourth. The 29 of Breaky going to lose that fourth spot and head back to fifth. Thomas Walter knocking on the door of the top 5 for the first time. Let's take a look at this 57 North Star Designs machine. Up at the top of the racetrack, everybody else down at the bottom. We've got a 3-line situation behind them. Isaac Mock, Kyle Rochelle, Adam Westfield going at it. They'll sort it out. And they'll head back double file once again. How about the turnaround of the other line for this man? And then Napa Auto Parts. Chevy Z01 Camaro, the number 9 of Sean Huffstuffer. He's all alone early here tonight. Now right back up in the mix. Huffstutler knocking on the door of the top 10. A lot of racing action here in the back of the pack. A lot of racing action right around that 5th position. Let's go back up here around 5th. Watch this battle unfold on the screen. 98 of Isaac Shelley down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to take that spot away from Ferraro. Now Ferraro's got to try to hold back a fast 21 machine. The late apex driver, Kyle Rochelle, hunting the front once again. Rochelle with some of that right front damage involved in our first caution here tonight from Homestead, but it is not hampering his day one bit. And I'm telling you, there is a ton of speed built into that 21 machine. A lot of crew chiefs going to be scratching their heads. How's he that fast with that right front damage? Crew chiefs doing an excellent job getting Rochelle back up in the mix. And here he is. We've got a big Hornet's nest off of turn number 2. Flying by you down the back stretch. We'll go 3 wide to turn 3. And just look at that speed that Rochelle has on the bottom of the racetrack through the corner. Able to make the pass on Kralik on entry. Pull even with Isaac Shelley through the center. Hang with him. Back down into turn number 1 through the center to the 98. Able to carry the speed, but on the bottom. Dang it. Is Rochelle, and he's going to pull even now with Sinchek off of 2, and a drag race ensues. And we got a drag race forward. The top spot as well, just in front of Kyle Rochelle, who takes that 3rd position away from Tom Sinchek. Sinchek, your pole sitter, going to now fall back to 4th. New race leader, Logan Booker, in that 29 machine. Breaky gonna put that fast forward at the front of the field, and Kyle Rochelle gonna waste no time. He's gonna take the position away from Max Farmer. He's gonna move right back to second. The field better make notes and better take notice. I know the crew chiefs and spotters are. There is a ton of speed inside of that 21. As we drop that timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen, let you follow along. Find your favorite driver just like we do right here in the production booth, side by side for the top spot. Breaky looking to go back to the front, and he's going to make short work of that 29. Rochelle going to grab that spot back away, slide up the racetrack just a little bit, trying to take the line away. Force a little dirty air on the front end of that Ford Mustang, and Rochelle secures the top spot once again here from Homestead Miami Speedway. You're watching race number 2 here in season number 6 for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series Miami 225. Back in the background, you can see Isaac Shelley battling with Kralik and Tucker. There's Aaron Kralik in the middle of the racetrack. Shelley down at the bottom. Starting to see more drivers migrate to the top. We've seen a lot of them down there on the bottom. A lot of these drivers beginning to migrate to the top side of the track. But it does indeed look like the speed is in the bottom. 2, 3, 4. Everybody at the bottom. Kralik just kind of sitting up there at the top of the racetrack all alone. Tom Sinchek struggling to keep himself inside of the top 5 right now. He's got Dalton Tucker, Isaac Shelley, and Aaron Kralik all over him. Big calamity off of turn number 2. That was close to being our 4th caution of the evening. Drivers all over each other right here. Big battle. 5, 6 drivers involved in this one. You might as well include, I believe, right behind that 25 machine. I believe that may be Kerry Trebu. Trebu off of the lead lap right now, but running with these front runners, showing some speed into that 7 machine. Kerry Trebu looking to get himself back on the lead lap. May need a caution to try to get himself back around and back up to speed with these drivers, showing some good pace. And we've got a 3-wide situation once again. Shelley on the top side, Kralik in the middle. They're going to figure that out by the time they get to the corner. 25 of Brian Curry down 1 lap. First driver 1 lap down, sitting in that lucky dog position. He's going to look to the inside and try to take a position away from Isaac Shelley, and Aaron Kralik not quite going to be able to get it just yet. There's still a lot of speed though. Inside of that 25, a little bit of a wiggle there. He's going to give up some time here. That's going to allow Shelley to work his way by. Aaron Kralik looking to streak on through as well. We'll look back at the front of the racetrack as your race leader Kyle Rochelle building on the gap, building on that advantage right now. 1.4 seconds, halfway down the backstretch goes Rochelle. Here, Logan Breaky right there sitting in that 2nd position. He's starting to open up his advantage over Max Spawner, a half a second between those two. Tight little battle from there on out. Max Spawner has Dalton Tucker, Tom Sinchek, Isaac Shelley, Aaron Kralik, all right behind him, all within a few tenths of each other. How about the hot and heavy battle? Let's jump right here with this last spot inside of the top 10. Ryan Ferraro running in 9th, Isaac Vaughn right there sitting in 10th, and Thomas Walter breathing down their neck. Walter looking for a top 10 position. And I tell you what, why don't we go on board? We do got an onboard camera shot here running with that North Star Designs number 57 Toyota Camry of Thomas Walter. Let's take a ride around the track from the seat of the 57. Work our way up the turn 4, back across the stripe, and here we go with our ride along lap with Thomas Walter. Nice and smooth corner, 1 and 2 for that 57. You can see a lot of that close racing action just out of the windshield right around that 5th position. That's just how close the majority of this pack really is. Only Kyle Rochelle really stepping it out, really stepping away from his fellow drivers. 2.5 second advantage now as Walter closes in on the back end of that 16 machine, the Ford Mustang GT of Isaac Mock. Mock with a good solid night so far. He's down 5 positions from where he qualified, trying to get back to 5th. Mock sits in 10th. And we'll jump back outside of the race car. Let's jump back up to the battle around that 5th position. Isaac Shelley has got a rear view mirror full of the 23 of Tom Sinchek. Sinchek falling off of the pace just a little bit. Quickest in half the hour. Quickest in qualifying, but Sinchek struggling with some of the race pace. Here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway, we'll stay packed up right around this 5th position right now. Dalton Tucker right there as well, just off in front of Sinchek and Shelley. Tucker liking what he's seeing in his rear view mirror, and that's going to allow him to step away just a little bit, trying to close in on Logan Brickey for that final spot inside of your top 3. Drivers to pit road just about 20 laps ago, so we're about halfway through the fuel run. Local drivers start eyeballing that pit road entry once again. Will we see any short pits? Or will we see drivers stretch this thing out as far as they can go? Something we haven't really had to mention yet here in season number 6, but it looks like it could possibly factor into tonight's race. This season, implementing a timing schedule for these events is the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. So I mean, it's going to be close. I don't want to jinx it. But an hour-and-a-half race scheduled time limit for these iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series drivers. We've got 150 laps in the official race distance, whichever comes first, the 150 laps, or into the outside wall goes Isaac Shelley, or the 1.5 hour race time, whichever one comes first, that's where we're going to end it. So we may see these drivers be a little more aggressive with these pit strategy calls, as we're about 50 minutes in to tonight's race, right underneath the halfway point. So we're going to have to see long strings of green flag racing, or we may have this one cut a handful of laps short. We may be eyeballing a timed race here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway as we continue to watch Shelley twitching off of turn number 2. And when we say twitch, we're not talking about that streaming platform. We are talking about a handful for that Ford Mustang GT98 of Isaac Shelley. Nice and smooth on the top side of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Shelley going to maintain the 8th position for now, but for how long? You can see the 25 of Brian Curry down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's trying to work his way through this mid-pack, see if he can't somehow run down this man at the front who's opened up a 3.5 second advantage over the field. Lights out. Tons of speed inside that late apex. Number 21 machine, Kyle Rochelle, showing the way here at the halfway point at the Miami 225 for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. And we're a little early, but we're going to go ahead and call this the mid-race rundown. Your mid-race report, your driver highlights and spotlights here from Homestead Miami Speedway. Sitting in the top spot, flashing by your screen. There he is, 3.8 second advantage over the field. Kyle Rochelle shows the way. Rochelle sits in first. We'll move right along in the running order. Back to the Boston native sitting in the 2nd position. There you can see the 51 of Max Bonner. Bonner with a good run so far. He is your biggest mover of the night. He looks like he's going to lose this 2nd position, though. Bonner still going to keep the biggest mover of the night leading a lap as well. The 51 going to now fall back to third, so your pole sitter, Tom Sinchek, back on track with us here, the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series, and back to the front. He's going to move back to second and try to set his sights on running down Rochelle at the front. That's going to bring us to your fourth place runner of the evening, the Iowa native Aaron Kralik, looking to have a good finish here tonight. Kralik was running extremely well at Daytona, had some late race trouble that relegated him to a little lower of a finish than what he was looking for. But Kralik looking to turn things around here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway, running well. He sits in fourth. And we're going to move back to the final driver inside of your top five. That's going to be the 12 Toyota Camry piloted by Ryan Ferraro. Ferraro running in the final spot in the top five. He's up 8 positions from where he qualified tonight. So heading in the right direction, moving in the right way. The 12 going to grab a handful of positions, and he's going to round out your top five. And that's going to do it for your mid-race rundown. And I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and throw a little bit of house cleaning at you as well as we watch Tom Sinchek begin to check out from Max Bonner. 21 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 18 out there on the track with just 3 retirements. Kay Jones, Sky McGurk, and Brady Motes all out of tonight's race. They'll walk away 19th, 20th, and 21st on the track, but we're now going to be down to just a handful of drivers left on the lead lap. Looks to be about 12, as we've got Isaac Mock and Brandon McClendon making their way down pit road for their first pit stops of the night. McClendon going to fall 1 lap down. Brian Curry going to be 1 lap down. Isaac Mock, Dalton Tucker also 1 lap down. So now just 11 out of our 21 drivers still left on the lead lap. Race leader Kyle Rochelle continued to lay down quick times. He's about a tenth slower than second place runner Tom Sinchek, but with green flag pit stops working their way up into the mix, I don't think Sinchek's going to be able to run them down before we see this round of green flag pit stops really take shape and really take hold. Man, how good do you gotta feel if you're inside of this 21, involved in an incident on lap number 8, some significant damage on that right front, and still have the pace and the speed that this late Apex 21 Chevy ZL1 Camaro has? Kyle Rochelle, absolutely lights out performance, getting everything he can out of the car, and it looks like he is losing some time here. What was almost a 4-second advantage now knocking on the door of being just barely a 3-second advantage. And Tom Sinchek much faster last time around. He was about 3.5 tenths faster than your race leader, so he's reeling him in. And there he is in the background, Tom Sinchek starting to close back in. What do you say we go to a 4-5 car battle right here for position just outside of your top 5? Ryan Ferraro just out of the picture in the foreground. Isaac Shelley, Logan Breaky. That's the 7 of Kerry Trebu down on the bottom of the racetrack. Trebu listed multiple laps down here, looking to get himself back onto the lead lap. Battle starting to dissipate, starting to go away as gaps begin to develop into this long green flag run. We're knocking on the door of our second round of green flag pit stops. We've seen the first round of green flag pit stops cut a little bit short with a caution flag. We'll see if we can stay clean and green through this round of green flag pit stops. Drivers closing in on a lap number 83 this time around for your race leader Kyle Rochelle, who is going to, if he leads about another 10 laps, he will secure those 3 points for leading the most laps. And Rochelle looking to have a good points day in the 17 of Westfield into the outside wall. Adam Westfield into the outside wall. 98 of Isaac Shelley peels off the pit lane. So a slow trickle of drivers heading down to pit lane. There you can see the 16 of Isaac Mock. Fresh tires, and look at him carve his way through this field. He's actually going to make a pass on Kerry Trebu here. Move himself into the lucky dog position. Those 4 fresh tires definitely showing some speed. Tom Sinchek going to take over the race lead as Kyle Rochelle brings his machine down pit lane to the attention of his pit crew. He's going to get 4 fresh Goodyears and a full tank of gas, and we'll see how quick that 21 can be as we get ready to run to the end of tonight's race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. You're watching the Miami 225. Let's go back to the front. Let's go to the battle for the second and third position on track. Let's take a look right here. Aaron Kralik able to get by Max Fonner. We've got Ryan Ferraro and Max Fonner going at it now for that third position. Aaron Kralik just off in front of them. Fonner still up 15 spots from where he qualified. Still your biggest mover of the night. But now the Max Motorsports driver struggling with this late run speed has seen himself fall from the top spot all the way back to fourth. Oh, and Aaron Kralik with trouble on the front stretch. He's going to lock up the tires and go for a slide, and we stay green flag. We stay green flag racing after a big lockup. Contact with the outside wall. It doesn't seem to be any debris on the track of the 01 of Aaron Kralik. Oh, no. He is watching his race begin to slip from his fingers. He's going to fall all the way outside of your top 5, all the way back to the 7th position. Look for the 01 of Kralik to possibly hit pit road this time by. Keeping an eye. No, he's going to stay out on track. He's going to try to recover a little bit of speed here before he heads down pit road. Knocking on the door of lap number 90. We are right around 64 laps remaining in tonight's Miami 225. So these drivers laying it all out there, trying to get all they can early here in season number 6. You're watching race number 2 for the iRacing Stock Car Cup Series. Check out some more battles. What do you say we go up here with Logan Breeky? He's got Adam Westfield and Thomas Walter right behind him. Battle between Westfield and Walter, hot and heavy. Right now, back down into turn 1. We'll take a look off of the rear deck lid. That is not the rear deck lid. There it is, guys. Thank you. And sometimes the cameramen and the producers get a little too happy and get the camera before I finish saying which camera shot I'd like to take a little look at. But here's a nice look back off of that 17 machine, taking a look at Thomas Walter behind him. You can see the 12 machine of Ryan Ferraro. Was that the 12? I believe that was the 12. 16 of Isaac Mock. That's who it was. 16 of Isaac Mock going to go down to the bottom of the racetrack and make short work of Adam Westfield. Those 4 fresh Goodyears really showing some speed now. We're looking back now at Dalton Tucker. Let's take a look at Dalton Tucker. What do you say, guys? Let's head over to the 24, the Team Watson Racing driver. Sitting in the 9th position, still on the lead lap is Tucker. He was involved with a spin that brought out one of our cautions, our latest caution, caution number 3 here tonight, trying to come to pit road under green flag conditions. Tucker with some trouble. We'll see if he's able to get on the pit road without any mistakes this time by. As we cross the line, lap number 90 underway. Race leader Tom Sinchek starting to check out. He's got a 4.3 second advantage over Ryan Ferraro, who's now in second. Max Fonner sits in third. Breeky right there running in fourth. He's got Thomas Walter and Adam Westfield behind him. Westfield's got Kralik trying to close back in on him. And I don't know, man. Kyle Rochelle sitting right there about 20 seconds or so out of the race lead. And looking at this, man, I don't know how much. I'm a math guy, okay? I trust numbers. Numbers aren't exact science. Unless you plug in the wrong numbers, 2 plus 2 is always going to be 4. So unless you punch in a wrong number or you add it wrong, it's always going to be exact. There's no doubts about it. The truest science around is mathematics. And right here, right now, we're looking at a little bit of math. We're looking at Kyle Rochelle sitting just about 20 seconds behind your race leader. Still on the lead lap is Rochelle in that 21 machine, the late Apex driver, able to keep himself on the lead lap through his round of green flag pit stops. 19 seconds behind your race leader, and it's going to take about 45 seconds or so for these drivers to come down pit lane, get those 4 fresh Goodyears, and get back on track. So what once was a small race lead, it may end up being quite large at the end of this round of green flag pit stops, because Tom Sinchek, he's had enough for 23, waves the white flag, and he's going to head to pit road this time around. Ryan Ferraro going to take over the race lead. They can see Ferraro just off in front of the 51 of Max Fauner. Fauner sitting just under a half a second back. Logan Bricky going to take over your top 3. This round of green flag pit stops really extended. These drivers really stretching this round of green flag pit stops out. I mean, it began back at lap, gonna look through the timing and scoring here so we don't tell you no fibs, no lies. Dalton Tucker was the first driver to come to pit lane back on lap number 75. That is 20 laps ago. So a half a fuel tank difference on the fuel strategy, on the tires for that 24 of Tucker. And here comes Ferraro down pit lane. He's going to give up the race lead to Max Fauner, who stays out on track. We'll keep an eye on the 29 of Logan Bricky. What does he do? Bricky's going to stay out on track. Walter Westfield also going to stay out on track. Kyle Rochelle and Dalton Tucker, they're going at it for position for the final spot in the top 5. Let's go back here with a handful of drivers. Most of them already down to pit road for their round of green flag pit stops. This is where a lot of the action is. I'm curious to see here Tom Sinchek, where he's going to rejoin the racetrack. He's sitting about, oh man, that's a good pit. I mean, looking at Kyle Rochelle, who's just over 6 seconds back. Tom Sinchek, 28 seconds back. So a 20-second advantage now in the back pocket for Kyle Rochelle over Tom Sinchek, who was running in second before Rochelle decided to come to pit road. So that's really going to be the yardstick that we use there. And already back to second, Kyle Rochelle going to move into position and take that second spot away. Thomas Walter going to bring the 57 down the pit road this time around. Logan Bricky going to stay out. Bricky last time on the pit road was back at lap number 47. So able to stretch this fuel about 50 laps or so. Great job in the fuel mileage department. I think maybe Max Fauner and Dalton Tucker, or I apologize, Logan Bricky, those two guys, they may be looking to try to only stop this one last time. 17 of Adam Westfield going to pull to pit lane this time around. Max Fauner's continuing to stay out of 3 seconds over the field. Rochelle going at it with Aaron Kralik, and Kralik going to get himself up and around Rochelle, so that will move Kralik back onto the lead lap once this round of green flag pit stops finishes itself on out. Once the cycle gets complete, we'll give you a little bit more of a rundown as we are at that 100 lap mark here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway in the Miami 225. You're watching the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. We got 50 to go this time by. Kyle Rochelle moves back to the top spot as Max Bonner came to pit road last time around. The 51 Max Motorsports Toyota Camry coming to the attention of his crew for what may be the final time. Kyle Rochelle may have to make one more stop from here, but Bonner going to try to extend this one to the end of tonight's race. Which strategy is going to be the winning strategy? We're going to have to wait to find out. Here from Homestead Miami Speedway, Logan Brickey now going to break for pit road as well. So the 29 finally to pit road for his round of green flag pit stops. And that's going to finish it on out. Everybody has come to pit road. And a good jump through the running order, man. That short pit strategy. The short pit strategy for Dalton Tucker has paid off. I mean, he's sitting 5 seconds behind your race leader, but he jumped from outside of your top 5 all the way to second with that short pit. Just about 10 laps before your race leader Kyle Rochelle came to pit road. So the undercut, it is there. It does work. How long will Tucker be able to hold on to that position as we watch your race leader Kyle Rochelle go down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to put the 10 of Caleb Lebaneer, the newcomer, down one lap. Lebaneer with a good run, a good showing so far here tonight. Gotta give this man a shout out. Love to see rookies come on track and love to see him do well. Debut race here tonight for both Caleb and Larry Lebaneer. Right now, Caleb sitting in the 8th position. Larry Lebaneer back in the 12th spot in the 28 Chevy ZL1 Camaro, but Caleb having a good go at it here tonight. He's going to have the bragging rights in the Lebaneer house, or at least be able to text his sibling and tell him, I beat you. Always that good rivalry amongst family. It's always good to see. And right now, Kyle Rochelle liking what he sees, and that's a 7.3 second advantage over Dalton Tucker. Isaac Shelley, another 3.5 seconds back. Then from Shelley back to Sinchek, you're looking at about a 10-second deficit. So what was a 20-second advantage for Rochelle over Sinchek, it is now wound down to just 13.5 seconds. So Sinchek, he's slowly picking up the speed, slowly getting towards the front. Last time around, race leader ran a 34.64. Tom Sinchek turning in a 34.40. He's going to be one of the fastest drivers on track, but last time around, the fastest man on the speedway. The 51, the Max Motorsports machine of Max Bonner runs a 33.46 over a second faster than your race leaders. Max Bonner is going to get there. He's going to have enough time. Bonner sitting one lap down, though. That's the trouble right now for Max Bonner. He is listed one lap down, but he is the first driver one lap down, sitting in the lucky dog position. And here he is on Kyle Rochelle's bumper, the fresh tires, and he's going to go down to the bottom of the racetrack. And Max Bonner going to put himself back on the lead lap. That is a huge deal right now for... Oh my gosh. That is a huge deal right now for Fonner. Getting himself back on the lead lap, and look at the gap already opening up right here. He's not going to have to save fuel. He can go all the way to the end of tonight's race. He's got to get all the way back around, though. All the way back around this track and run down Kyle Rochelle for the race lead. We'll see how much quicker he can keep this up. Last time around, race leader Kyle Rochelle turning in a 35.06. Max Fonner with a 33.78, so still that 1 second faster is Fonner, and he's going to pick up positions rather quickly here, closing right in on the rear deck lid of the KO Customs number 10 machine. And the 10 of Cable Lebanon are going to move right to the top of the racetrack, and Fonner going to take that position away. He's now going to have to try to run down the tide. 01 of Aaron Kralik, 3.6 seconds out in front, but a lot of speed. And that 51 down with the freshest tires in the field. Not a lot of battles to speak of, as we've got gaps all the way through this field. Lap 110 on the board. Green flag pit stops one more time around for the majority of this field. So how are things going to go? How are things going to work out here? We're down to just about 40 laps remaining this time around. Kyle Rochelle does secure the most laps led here tonight, so he'll pocket 3 extra bonus points. Going to make it 4 bonus points on the night for Rochelle. And Dalton Tucker going to sit right there in second, 10 seconds back. Isaac Shelley sitting in third. Tom Sinchek moves himself to fourth. We're keeping it right here with Max Fonner. I know there's probably a handful of fans out there like, hey, where's the race leader? Well, he's 10.8 seconds out in front of Dalton Tucker right now. So no real battle there. It looks like we've got a driver slowing on the track. Slow on the track off of turn number 2. One driver down to the inside of the racetrack. A little bit of a moment for him, but he's going to get it righted and head back in the right direction. We stay green flag racing. Isaac Mock going to pull the 16 back to pit lane. This time around, it will be the final stop for the Ford Mustang driver, Isaac Mock. Let's make sure no pit road penalties. This is very crucial. This is the money stop for a lot of these teams. And it looks like Mock into the pit box already. Right side's up, tires back on. Right side's going to drop. Field crew going to make their way to the left-hand side as the field goes by. And down and away, Jack drops. Isaac Mock rolls off of pit road. Dalton Tucker going to pull the 24 machine to pit road this time around. He's going to fall through the running order. But it's a matter of how far is he going to fall. Max Fonner going to make his way by right here. That's going to be the measuring stick that we use right here is Max Fonner, who's run down Aaron Kralik from 3+ seconds back. Fonner down to the bottom of the racetrack with those fresh tires, and he's going to make short work of the tide. 01 of Aaron Kralik. Kralik going to fall back to 6 now as Fonner continues to try to build on those most positions gained tonight. He's passed the most cars by far. He moved up 18 positions earlier, gave up a handful of them. Now he's sitting 14 positions in front of where he qualified. So a great run tonight for that 51 machine. Max Fonner puts himself back in to a top 5. Meanwhile, we're going to head back to the front of the field. Let's check out this battle for second and third. Isaac Shelley sitting in second. There's Tom Sinchek sitting in third. I apologize. There's Tom Sinchek sitting in second. Sinchek trying to run down the man right in front of him. I believe that is, is that the 25 or is that the 24? Very, very tough to make those two drivers out as they streak by you at 100 plus miles an hour here from Homestead Miami Speedway, but I believe that may be Dalton Tucker. As we take a look in a watch at Tucker, no, Dalton. Yes, that is Dalton Tucker with those fresh tires just out in front of Thomas Sinchek. So Sinchek right there running in the second position. And Tucker able to come down to pit road, get back up to speed. Does see himself fall one lap down. Logan Breeke listed as the first driver one lap down in the lucky dog position, rounding out your top 10. Some of the long run of green flag racing we've had here tonight. It looks like we're going to knock on the door of our second round of green flag pit stops in a row. Dalton Tucker off of the lead lap now from second position. Kyle Rochelle continues to lead by 13. Thomas Sinchek starting to close in, but the fastest man on the track once again by over 0.2 of a second. Still the speed inside of that 51 of Max Bonner. And we talked about that pit road delta. We mentioned it when Sinchek was out front and staying out for that extended run there. We said pit road delta about 45 seconds for these drivers. Sinchek had a 20-second advantage, came out and back onto the track with about an 18-second deficit. So although Kyle Rochelle right now sitting about 21 seconds in front of Max Bonner, if Rochelle has to come to pit road under green flag, he's going to give up that top spot. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on, as Max Bonner are going to move to fourth with the 98 of Isaac Shelley heading down pit road. Last time around, Shelley completes his pit stop. He's down and away, works his way off of pit lane, but he's going to fall off of the lead lap and back down through the running order. Isaac Shelley, for the moment, rounds out your top 10. Going to take a look at your race leader heading by the start-finish line once again. That's the 21 of Kyle Rochelle. He has led the most laps here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. We work our way around the track lap 121 out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. And as these drivers have had a very long green flag run here, upwards of about 80 plus laps of green flag racing here. It looks like they may be slowly working themselves back into the window of being able to complete all 150 laps here tonight at the Miami 225. Do want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you out there in TWA joining us, whether it's on the Facebook side of things, over there checking things out on the Turn 3 Racing Network Facebook page, or joining us right here on the YouTube side of things. Also a big shout out to all the Twitch fans out there coming to check in on things with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. A big shout out to each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. And it looks like we've got race leader Kyle Rochelle peeling for pit road. That's going to give the field to Tom Sinchek. He'll take over the race lead as he stays out. And the 21 that looks for his pit box. As we were saying, though, as we wind down to under 30 laps to go, knocking on the door of just 25 left here tonight in the Miami 225. We do want to take a moment to show these drivers some love and appreciation, and as always, let them know you enjoy all the hard-nosed racing content that they bring to you each and every Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Show them some love, drop them that thumbs up while you're here, while you're at it, if you haven't already. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. As always, drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back At the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding through to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, maybe even one of the possible sponsors across many different leagues. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there is no us. So, once again, show these drivers some love. Drop that thumbs up. Make sure you tell your friends to come hang out with us each and every Thursday night, or any night for that matter. Great racing action 7 days a week, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Long green flag run here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series drivers. We've got a ton of drivers making their way to pit road for their final stops of the night. The 28 of Larry Levenair going to bring his Chevy Z01 Camaro down to the attention of his crew for the final service of the night. Tom Sinchek showing the way. Max Fonner now back to second. Aaron Kralik in third. Thomas Walter sits in fourth. Dalton Tucker rounding out your top five. Where's Kyle Rochelle? Rochelle sitting back in the ninth position. Up on the lead lap. 24 seconds back. Is it enough time? 24 laps to go. He's going to have to gain a second a lap from here on out to catch up to Tom Sinchek. Does Sinchek have enough fuel to get to the end? He last came to pit road on lap number 93. 7 laps before the man sitting in second that we know has enough fuel to make it to the end. Max Fonner absolutely can make it to the end on fuel, but does he have the speed to keep that 51 out in front of early pits? Dalton Tucker came to pit road already lap 113. So Tucker with enough fuel to get to the end. Tucker sitting 6.5 seconds behind your second place runner, Max Fonner. He's going to be the one that he's going to have to deal with before the end of tonight's race. It's going to be close. It's going to be hard for Rochelle to make up that time, but he is making up a ton of time on track. We'll go back right here and watch this little short-handed battle as Adam Westfield going to give up the 6th spot to Rochelle. Rochelle going to work his way around both the 12 and the 17. Leave Westfield and Ferraro to go at it with each other. Battle for 7th and 8th on the speedway, but both still needing to come down to pit road for their final stop of the night. Do these drivers have enough fuel to get to the end? They made a pit stop before lap 100, right at the cusp of lap 100 though. Westfield may be on the outside looking in. Ferraro in a little bit more danger of running out of fuel before the end of tonight's race. We'll see if the 12 can keep it out on track. So now with just 21 laps remaining, we'll jump back to the front with your race leader, Tom Sinchek, showing the way. 8.5 second advantage over Max Fonner. Fonner enjoying a 4.5 second advantage over Dalton Tucker. Man, I don't know. I think Tucker may be sitting in the catbird seat, man. 4.5 seconds back, but he's got fresh tires, and he's closing in on Fonner. He was about a second faster on the stopwatch last time around. Max Fonner turning in a 35.37 along with race leader Tom Sinchek, a 35.37. Dalton Tucker laying down a 34.53. But the fastest man on track, running in the 4th position, that is the man that has been class of the field tonight, eyeballing a podium. Can he run down Dalton Tucker and take that spot away? A 33.72 last time around for Kyle Rochelle. Can the 21 get back to a podium? Can he get back to the race lead with 19 to go? Screaming across the start finish line. Tom Sinchek holding on to the race lead, holding on to that 8.5 second advantage over Max Bonner. Really Bonner not able to close in anymore. Over the course of the past 4 to 5 laps, that gap has kind of stabilized and actually grew a little bit last time around. 2/10 faster than Bonner was Sinchek last time around. And Dalton Tucker beginning to reel in Max Bonner now. That's going to be a big battle here coming to the end of tonight's race. With 17 to go, I'm not quite so sure that Bonner's going to like the way those tires feel if he's going to have to battle Dalton Tucker for the overall race lead. But ladies and gentlemen, don't look now, because Kyle Rochelle, he has found his way back into the mix. Let's go right here with that 21 of Rochelle as he begins to close in on the tail end of that 24 of Dalton Tucker. There you can see the Team Watson Racing 24 with a rear view mirror full of Rochelle. Rochelle looking for a way around, and he's going to search the top of the speedway, and he's going to take that spot away. And there it is. He's going to take that third and final podium spot away. Will he be able to grab that spot from Max Bonner and take second as well? Building on the race lead is Tom Sinchek, maybe saving some fuel over the first part of this run. And now back on the gas as Rochelle going to look to the bottom of the racetrack, and he will take second position away from that 51 of Max Bonner. Bonner seeing his race strategy. I don't want to say come to an end, but looks like a little miscalculation on the 51 team, and Bonner now going to fall out of the podium positions. Max Bonner going to fall back to fourth as Dalton Tucker puts his Ford Mustang on the bottom of the racetrack and takes that third position away. Big battle now. It's a race against the laps left. It's a race against time. Does Rochelle have enough to get to the tail end of your Pump and Dump Pole Award winner, Tom Sinchek, and make a pass? 7 seconds behind. 14 laps remain. Man, that's about, I don't know, man. It's about a half a second. If he can get a half a second a lap, he'll get there. If he gets more than a half a second a lap, he, in theory, will have enough to pass him. Last time around, he was just about a second faster than race leader Tom Sinchek. So definitely the speed margins are there, as the gap already down to 5.5 seconds in just one lap. You can see Rochelle really reeling in this field. Well, laps remain here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. You're watching the Miami 225 for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. Back down the backstretch goes your race leader Tom Sinchek. He'll work his way through 3 and 4, still right at a 4-second advantage for Sinchek over Kyle Rochelle, who's got those 4 fresh Goodyears. It's too late for Sinchek or Bonner to come to pit lane. They have made their beds, and now they're going to have to lay in it right here. Tom Sinchek going to look to try to keep himself out front, and it looks like last week's race winner with some trouble late tonight. Patrick McClendon going to bring his 45 Toyota Camry down to the attention of his crew. Looks like he may be on pit road for a little bit of an extended stay. Tough break here tonight for previous race winner, your Season 6 only winner, Patrick McClendon, going to have rough go here tonight from Homestead. 10 laps left. 2 3/4 seconds. Can Kyle Rochelle continue to reel in your race leader, Tom Sinchek? Let's go back to one of your only battles on the track for position at this moment. Let's watch this battle unfold between the 17 of Adam Westfield and the 29 of Logan Breaky. Old tires on the 17 of Westfield, and Breaky going to work the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like he's going to have the advantage going back down into turn number 3. Can the 29 Juju machine get the position? Not yet. Hanging it out on the high side. And finally able to complete the pass is Breaky, but Westfield, man, hanging it out on the high side. High side hustling, making Harry Gant happy. The 17 of Westfield is still inside of the top 10, running in a solid 9th position here tonight. And race fans, it is right at a half a second advantage. Oh my goodness, here comes Kyle Rochelle. Rochelle running down your race leader halfway down the backstretch. Tom Sinchek continuing to lead, but for how much longer? 7 laps remaining when we cross the line this time by, carrying a ton of speed through the center of the corner, turning the car down to the bottom. Rochelle hunting the front as we cross the line, and it's going to go to Kyle Rochelle. Rochelle going to lead that lap, and he will go back to the point. Your Pumping Up Clothing Company Pole Award winner, Tom Sinchek, led a handful of laps, led a good majority late here tonight, but not going to be able to deny the fast Chevy ZL1 Camaro behind him. Kyle Rochelle will make the pass, and now Rochelle already walking away. A 1 second advantage already, with now just 6 laps remaining here for these iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series drivers. Who's going to walk away with the checkered flag? And I think we have found our answer. Class of the field here tonight, even with the damage, having to work his way back through the field after being involved in a lap number 8 incident. Our first caution of the night. Kyle Rochelle impact with the outside wall, and he has been able to massage the fenders and repair that machine to keep some good speed in that car. And here he is with 5 laps to go. Kyle Rochelle shows the way off of turn number 2. Gap already a 2 second advantage for Rochelle. My gosh, I don't know what's underneath the hood of that 21, but I think he may have a second engine in there, because he has just been lights out quick here tonight. Last time around, still about a half a second faster than second place. Tom Sinchek will take the time. We'll check the timing and scoring. This time by 35-34 for Rochelle, 35-77 for Sinchek. So still just about a half a second for your race leader Kyle Rochelle last time by, and you can see it right there on that timing and scoring chart. 2.6 second advantage for Rochelle. Coming out of turn 3, we'll see 3 laps remaining here tonight in the Miami 225. We watched 21 drivers take to the starting grid. We are now down to just 15 still out on track, but only 9 left on the lead lap. Fast-paced action here late in the going. Last time we seen the caution flag fly was right around lap number 48. So these drivers with 100 plus green flag laps under their belt here tonight, we're going to see popsicle sticks go on display for your race leader, Kyle Rochelle, back across the stripe. We've got 2 to go here from Homestead. Man, what a night, man, what a race. Race number 2, not disappointing, a 1-bit long green flag runs here at Homestead Miami Speedway. And in turn number 3, once again, Rochelle with a 4 second advantage. And it looks like we are indeed going to fit all of the official laps in here tonight. We'll work off of 4 white flag flies crossing the line. Your final lap brought to you by KL Customs. Here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway is the white flag. 1 to go here 225. Great race, great night. Rochelle back down the back stretch and back to turn 3 for the final time. No need to worry about putting that for another lap down, but does he put Miglin a third lap down? And he's going to ease off, and it looks like he's going to bring it to a call on the front stretch, walking away with the checkered flag here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. The late apex 21 of Kyle Rochelle going to capture the flag. Tom Sinchek going to walk away in second. Dalton Tucker back to third. Max Spawner sees the strategy fall just a little bit short. He'll finish 15 spots in front of where he qualified back in fourth, with Aaron Kralik rounding out your top 5 here tonight from Homestead. What a run, what a night. He's going to enjoy a little bit of post-race celebrations here. 21 going to burn it down, and well, no fans over there, and we've got drivers still around the track. He's going to enjoy himself a little bit of post-race celebrations, get to the front stretch and burn that thing down. Job well done. Celebration well deserved here tonight for the driver inside of that 21 machine. Kyle Rochelle going to walk away with the race win tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Getting ready to head down trackside for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. As Rochelle burns it down, we'll step away. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And back trackside here from Homestead Miami Speedway. A little bit of a mispress of the production buttons over there. And guys, get it together. Back for the post-race interviews here with your podium drivers tonight in the Miami 225. That's going to move us right on along. And I tell you what, let's jump right into it. Let's see if we can grab a few words with the man that walked away third here tonight, trying that short pit strategy, coming up just a little short, but finishing out our podium, walking away with third here tonight in that fast Ford Mustang. Dalton, it's Dave. You got us?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, man. Heck of a race. When did you decide to really dig into that short pit kind of strategy that you had there at the end of tonight's race? When was it decided, and whose call was it? Yours or the crew chief's?
We kind of talked about it as a team, but honestly, that's what ended up kind of screwing me over with the caution. I got the lucky dog there, but we had to delay the caution, and iRacing did its little weird thing, and it put me behind all of the wave around cars. So then I ended up losing another 7, 8 positions with it. But it's hard to say. I don't know if the short pitting would have ended up working if it went caution free, or it's the tire fall off was so big that I thought it was gonna work if it went green, but then I would have been on old tires towards the end when someone else would have been on fresh.
Well, however it played out to your advantage right here towards the end of tonight's race, you had a good bit of speed in that 24 machine, able to make a handful of passes in those final 15 laps or so and get yourself back into a podium position. So walking away with a second podium here early in the season, you got to be feeling good about the way the rest of this calendar year is looking for you and your 24 crew.
Yeah, I'll always take a top three. It's a frustrating third place just because the way the caution came and then the wave around. But I mean, I'm happy with third. I would have loved to seen what I could do if that didn't happen. I don't think I had anything for Kyle on a long run, but it would have put me a lot closer to him, and strategy probably would have been a little different. But overall, it was a good race. Very hard car to drive, extremely loose. So I was pleasantly surprised that everybody drove as well as they did.
Yeah, absolutely. A long green flag run there to the end of the race, I believe. Just above the 100 laps. Green flag racing to finish out things here tonight. So, job well done, not just by you, but the entire field. But more importantly, man, congratulations on yet another podium. That's going to do your third place point standing some justice. You may move up, I believe, maybe move up into that second spot. We'll have to wait to see how all the points are added up at the end of the night. But nonetheless, congratulations on yet another podium. Before we let you go, you know the drill. You want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, definitely got to give a shout out to Team Watson Racing and Team Watson Racing Setups, the two teams there. We had a lot of, I guess, one lap speed, and I think a couple guys got caught up in some stuff, but we showed a lot of speed as a team, so hats off to them. Uh, Obviously, Kyle and Tom, they ran a heck of a race, good long run speed. So good job by them, and great job by everybody else in the league for handling such a tough car to drive. And as always, just appreciate you doing the broadcast. I'm sure watching us kind of slip and slide everywhere was lots of fun.
Yeah, a lot of drivers. Twitchy is what we called it out there tonight, and a handful of drivers with some twitchiness out of the cars and losing it a little bit through the center of the corner. Made some exciting racing, a lot of side-by-side action. And Dalton, again, congratulations walking away with third, and we'll see if we can make it a third podium in a row next week. What do you say?
I hope so.
All right, well, we'll try to catch up with you then.
All right, thanks, man.
There you have it. A few words from Dalton Tucker, driver walking away with yet another third place finish. Finished third last week from Daytona in the season opener, and Dalton going to walk away with another third place here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. And that's going to move us right along to second place, a runner. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with the man that walked away second. Inside of that 23 machine, re-emerging on the scene, snatching the pole tonight, walking away with second. Tom, it's Dave. How you feeling after this run?
Tired. Back hurts.
Tired. Well, that was straight to the point. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, excited though. Excited. Late Apex 1-2. Yeah, it was a pretty good run.
Well, it's been a little bit of a layoff for you, is what we'll call it. We haven't seen you on the track for a while. You came back tonight. We're fastest and happy hour. You snatched the pole award. Started from the front of the field, led a handful of laps. So walking away with second. How frustrating is it knowing that tire strategy is what may have, well, I don't want to say lost you the race, but it may have been the big factor here tonight.
I just didn't think that I would be able to get caught by a whole lap. No matter how bad the tires were, I wasn't expecting that. I was only going to make it a 2-stop race anyway. And then Kyle hit the wall and gave his car cheats, and he was really fast, and he had grip packs on and all that good stuff. No, he was fast. In the long run, in the short run, medium run, he was still really fast. I caught him a little bit, but by the time I caught him in the second run, it was almost time to pit anyway. So yeah, no, he had to figure it out. All saving that rear tire. The front tires were fine, but just trying to keep the car balanced was really difficult.
Well, Tom, as we mentioned when we came to you here in these post-race interviews, you've been away from the track for a little while. You came back tonight. How many more of these races do you have on your schedule that we may see this 23 machine back up at the front?
I haven't really looked at the schedule yet. I know next week is Darlington. Not exactly the best there, but I'll give it my shot. I probably won't be full-time here, but I'll definitely run a handful of the races. Try and get late Apex, some good finishes. Me and Kyle could try and finish out the season pretty good.
Yeah, late Apex coming home with the 1-2 here tonight. So congratulations to the team, and congratulations to you walking away with another podium after a long stay away from the track. Congratulations, man, Tom. Before we let you go, though, and get to victory lane with your teammate and celebrate tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Pretty much everybody in the race. It was such a clean race. What do we have? One caution? Was it one caution that we had? Maybe two? That was a really
I
clean
believe
race.
it was 3 total, but one of them was kind of a self-spin into pit road. Iffy caution there is what I'll call it, but you know.
Either way, a lot of green flag runs is what I like to see. So shout out to everybody that was able to keep the cool on such a tough track on exit. I feel like everybody was getting loose, but everybody saved it. Shout out to you. Shout out to Kyle, late Apex, 1-2. Everybody that ran up front, that was really clean. Dalton had a good race too. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
All right, well, Tom, again, congratulations on your return to the racetrack, walking away with the podium. Going to finish in second, and we'll see how many more times we get to have these post-race talks. Always a pleasure, always fun seeing you out there. Until next time, Amanda, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you have it. Tom Sinchek walking away with second place here tonight in that late Apex number 23 machine, and that's going to move us right into victory lane. We're going to see if we can't catch up with his teammate now. Let's go down to victory lane here tonight with the 21. Going to capture the checkered flag here tonight. Kyle, it's Dave. How you feeling after your first race win of the season?
I'm all smiles after that, especially the circumstances. Pretty cool to get a win that way.
Well, we spoke to you last week at Daytona. You kind of put the field on notice that, hey, look, you're really good at Homestead. You really like the track, another a hometown track basically for you.
Yeah.
So, man of your word, man, you put it on top of the board, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. We were, practice. I wasn't really that fast. We were like 8th or 9th on boards and qualified 9th. And once we fired off, the thing was a rocket ship. I know guys were probably taking it easy, but I was just like, I'm just gonna attack the track. And if you see lap 25 or whatever it was, I was attacking it and destroyed it, destroyed the car, and we were able to fix it enough.
Well, your late Apex teammate there, Tom, taking a little shot at you. We know it's all in good fun, but said, you were busy putting in those grip hacks and you got into the wall and, you had the speed cheat after that. And we know there's no truth to it, but man, how did you have that much speed with, well, honestly, that much damage?
I don't know. I was just talking to Dalton. He said he was running 4th gear, and I was running 5th the whole time. And I mean, there was a couple times my motor got so high it was flashing red, and honestly, I think that just helped it more. There was downforce and aero like wasn't huge. It was just the car felt so light in the rear end that I was able to kind of just drive it harder and wasn't burning it up as bad, I guess. I don't know. It was crazy, to be honest.
Well, it's going to be one that the R&D department's going to have to figure out because it's over my head. I'm not that smart, I'm telling you.
I'm not gonna lie. When I passed on when I first came out and I got past some cars, I was like, either they're not pushing it or something is going on with my car because this thing's a rocket ship right now, and it just kept taking off, and I don't know. It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, however, you got the job done. At the end of the day, you're gonna walk away with the checkered flag, race win in your back pocket. That's gonna open up the rest of the season for you to kind of relax a little bit. You came into tonight's race second in the points. You will take over the points lead after tonight's race win. So congratulations on the checkered flag and taking the overall points lead, leaving Homestead, heading to Darlington. So before we let you go and celebrate the rest of the night away and continue to have some of those cold Bud Lights, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
I gotta thank you guys. I gotta thank Tom, the whole Apex team. I love racing with these guys this series. I know I'm can be aggressive at times, but sometimes you just gotta push it hard, and yeah, that's what we did tonight. And I gotta thank you, thank the whole league.
Well, Kyle, my man, again, congratulations on the checkered flag. We won't keep you from the post-race celebrations any longer. Until next week at Darlington, stay safe, keep it fast, and we'll see if we can get this thing back to victory lane.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final words from your race winner here tonight, Kyle Rochelle. We mentioned he put the field on notice last week. He told us he really liked Homestead, and I told him that's probably one of the first times I've ever heard anybody say they really loved Homestead. But I guess we know why. Very fast here tonight inside of that late Apex number 21. Kyle Rochelle going to lead the most laps and walk away with the checkered flag here in race number 2 for the iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. And that's pretty much going to do it for us here in the production booth. We're going to begin to roll up some cords, get the lights cut off. But first, producers hitting the buttons in the background, those familiar sounds. You know, it's time to run down your unofficial race results here in the Miami 225. Taking the checkered flag top of the scoring pylon, the 21 of Kyle Rochelle. Tom Sinchek going to reemerge and finish out the field in second place. Dalton Tucker in third. Max Fonner in fourth. Aaron Kralik walks away in fifth. 29 of Logan Breaky going to come home in sixth with Thomas Walter back there in seventh. 17 of Adam Westfield finishing out tonight's Miami 225 in the eighth position. Ryan Ferraro back in ninth. Isaac Mock rounds out your top 10. Debut night here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway for Caleb Levenier, and he finishes out in 11th, 12th place for Kerry Trebu. Sean Huffstetler going to slide home in 13th, 14th tonight to Larry Levenier. Daniel Miglin going to finish out your top 15. Isaac Shelley going to park that 98 machine back in 16th, 17th tonight to Patrick McClendon. Last week's race winner with a little bit of a rough go. McClendon going to finish in 17th. Brian Curry back in 18th. 19th tonight will see the 11 of Kay Jones with early trouble here tonight. The 11 going to finish out in 19th. Sky McGurk back in 20th. And rounding out your 21 car field here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway, the 15 of Brady Moats. And man, what a race, what a night. Over 100 green flag laps to the end of tonight's Miami 225. And as we get ready to begin to cut off the lights and roll up these cords, I want to take a minute to mention these drivers. You know you like them. You know you love the action. Give them that thumbs up. Join us on that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show the driver some love. Drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash the bell over there to the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 Racing Network. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Till then, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.